Reactor spin fire. The NFT analyzer. Diving deep into projects. He's the crypto energizer. From remit coins to tokens. He's got all the intel. Web3 wizardry to show you where to excel.
How about we do a show today? How about we do it? Let's do it. Jesus. Oh boy. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Good morning, guys. Good to see you. Happy Monday. Do you ignore that? Ignore the noise. You know, we're gonna be okay. Pretty wild. I can't remember a time like this recently. I think we go through cycles here. We've lived through these cycles where, I mean, the sky's fallen, bloodbath out there, just absolutely, I don't know. It feels like things couldn't get much worse, and also all you can picture is how much worse things can get. And to some degree, I see people talking like that out there. I guess what I want to say is I don't feel like that. Do you guys really feel like that? Like, for as negative as things look right now and as negative as a lot of people are talking, I don't feel fuddy. I don't feel like the definition of it. I don't feel fear or uncertainty or doubt about anything coming. You know, like, again, maybe short term, maybe short term, but does that matter? Like, does that matter if your belief is that in just a couple months here, guys, if you believe in a couple months, a few months, next year, we are absolutely cooking and again, new all-time highs, does it matter? It's so hard to get caught up in any of it right now. With that said, I understand why people are. I understand. I mean, look. Almost $2 trillion wiped out of the stock market today. Just today, in just about an hour. $2 trillion wiped out. I mean, that's crazy. I get why some people are spooked. And I get why probably people in the traditional stock market, in TradFi, are probably way more spooked than I think we are here in crypto. So FUD, I don't feel it. I don't feel it myself. And actually, really, really great to see crypto maybe finding some stability, maybe finding some support. And guys, I really do think crypto is going to prove itself here to be extremely resilient. There was a time where Bitcoin and traditional assets did not move together, and over time they started moving together. And I wonder if we start seeing a separation at some point again. Clearly right now we're not, but it's great to see here in the past hour, Bitcoin up 5%, ETH up 5.6%, Solana up 10%. What do you think of that, guys? I like it. I like it. And I mentioned earlier this morning on Inside NFTs, I'm watching ETFs. I'm watching to see if these bring in so much more liquidity that add padding, or if TradFi investors are legitimately spooked here too. I don't know which is going to happen. What I know is they bring a lot of volume here to the crypto markets. A lot. And we are seeing that play out already, guys. We're seeing a ton of volume. I'm going to go and I want to check those ETFs. And I want to see kind of a live view of them right now and see what kind of volume we're getting. And is it outflows? Is it inflows? But look at this, man. This was 45 minutes ago. Bitcoin ETF, 700 million in volume. Right out of the gate, 700 million in volume. I'm sorry, absolutely bonkers. Let's see if we can compare that to any other days. Okay, now this chart, this graph is a little, it's a little difficult, right? I think it's only showing the totals for the day, inflows, outflows. I don't think it's showing total volume. So I don't know if we're going to get a perfect view here of total volume here, but I think it's going to be a record-setting day here. Is it people panicked? Is it people selling? Or are there people seeing cheap Bitcoin right now and saying, I need it? I need it, given how everybody's been talking about Bitcoin here the past couple of months. Politicians, seeing big buys coming from countries, states. seeing Saylor's price prediction. I mean, come on. 49 mil. I mean, it's 20 years out, but it's cheap Bitcoin. It's really, really interesting. I say this a lot, and it's because this is all so new that it's true. It's still early. We're still learning a lot about this market. We're learning a lot about these assets, right? There are so few of us, genuinely, so few of us that are actually in this space here. So when something new happens in this space, right? When something new happens, we have to watch and learn and study. How does the world react to this? How do investors react to this? How do new traders react to this? How do the ETFs impact this current market? We don't know. We've not seen this exact scenario before. We've seen versions of it in the past. Well, again, what's that saying? History doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. Right? It can't repeat because the situation surrounding it is all different. Completely different market now than it was 3 years ago with COVID. It's going to rhyme because the market does trade in patterns. But everything surrounding it completely different. So we cannot have a repeat. And to some degree, again, I mentioned Blur in this conversation with NFTs. The extra liquidity brings stability. If we didn't have ETFs, again, we'll see as these prices come out, we'll see as the market kind of gets into the day, we start seeing what traders are actually doing. Without ETFs, I wonder if we'd be significantly lower right now. Right? That'll change when we see if it's outflows or inflows. But with Blur, all that extra volume added padding. So instead of, let's say, Bored Apes going from 50 ETH to where they're at now, right? 10 ETH, about 7, 8 ETH right now. Instead of that happening in an instant early last year, I'm not talking in the bear market last year, but early last year. Instead of it happening then when we were bleeding out, it took what? A year and a half to get to this point. Very, very slow bleed out here because that liquidity, the gamified whatever. Now, we don't have anything gamified here, but all that liquidity just adds so much cushion to this. So do we stabilize? Are we at a point with Bitcoin, with ETH, with Solana, with all these major cryptos where they found a floor where they just are not going to fall below that anymore? The crashes are not going to look like the crashes of the past because of that liquidity. We'll see. We're learning a lot. And yes, Cats, there's a lot of thoughts out there, and there is fear out there that we're going lower. It's a matter of how much lower and when is the turnaround. And man, don't forget that emergency rate cuts are being talked about. That's an option, and that might be one of those bullets they got to fire. It might be. It depends on how bad this stuff gets. So let's take a peek at if there's any other breaking news in the market right now. I think you guys are up on kind of the macro stories here, what's been happening. I know the South Korean market was closed, right? It's I mean, guys, it's ugly out there. And all of this, a perfect storm, right? Perfect storm. Inflation, jobs, the war in the Middle East, which that sounds like it's kicking off like now, right? I'm actually peeking on a separate screen here. That's kicking off like immediately. That's coming, if not right this second, today. That's a today thing, it sounds like. Now, how big does that get? How much does that actually spread out? That's what's got people spooked. It's what has people holding back from buying back in right now, right? But man, I got to tell you, my conviction in I'm talking just crypto, my conviction is as strong as ever. I don't even think it could get any higher. I don't think it is. You're looking at a guy right here who believes Bitcoin 150K all the way up to 350K, and I actually believe Michael Saylor's predictions. 3 million bear case, 20 years out, 25 years out. But you're looking at and you're listening to a guy who believes that. My conviction literally couldn't be stronger. Any stronger conviction, and I literally would need to be locked up because it's crazy at that point. But this doesn't change it, man. I'm sorry. That still cracks me up. Anyway, all right. We're going to get deeper into this. first, you guys want to get a little artsy? Get a little artsy. All right. Fucking A, guys. I love that Delta Sauce conversation last week. What a great guy, right? What a great freaking dude. His collection's amazing. By the way, revealed, you can actually go see the collection over on his website. With that said, we got whitelists. Jared said he was going to give us whitelists. He gave us the whitelist. I should have probably gotten this out over the weekend. I didn't realize the raffle gets drawn tomorrow, so we're going to get it out now. We'll get this raffle out right now, and you guys go at it. 10 spots we have for the SlamX community here, which is incredible. So let me put that tweet out. I'll drop it here in the chat. Man, all you got to do is follow Delta Sauce and Jared. You don't got to follow me. Enter the raffle. That simple. Give me a quick second. I'm gonna tweet that out. I want to drop a link for you guys, and share it with your friends. Anybody who is into art, anybody who is into collecting AI art specifically. Well, just good art. Let's leave it at that. Good art. And especially if you're a fan of Delta Sauce, which how could you not be? Especially after hearing him talk about the collection and just the care and the thought he puts into it. Man, what a dude. Okay, let's get this tweet rocking. I'm going to do it from my account, okay? So Hudah_idiot. All right, give me, let me play some jams while I get this done up. Unfortunately, it's like a funeral song today, right? Runes are looking awful. Man, we'll peek at runes. Man. They're looking bad. All right, here we go. All right, looking good. I think we're ready. All right, almost done. All right, final check. All right, firing that out. By the way, we're gonna do some TA. I feel really bad about that, but last time I did TA was a few days ago. I crashed the market. No, really, I'm starting to have that Clemente effect, that Steve Aoki effect. All right, I think I'm good. Not a great tweet. I'm not a great tweeter, believe it or not, but I think we're good. Shit, I should at least put it on the screen for you to see. Man. Anyway, I think we're good. Boom. Tweet sent. Let me drop a link. Again, if you're following Hudah_idiot, you'll see it there. Going in the chat now. Lemon, that's incredibly racist. Incredibly racist. Man. Yeah, something with the yen, right? I think the yen used to have, like, no interest on I'm not going to pretend like I know, man. Right? You guys know you're dealing with the biggest man-child here in the space. But a lot of this revolves around the yen, and it ain't good. It ain't good. Oh my God. Hey, I got to pull this up. Raoul Pal had a really, really great tweet. It's a Thinking Out Loud post. Really interesting. I love that guy's insights. I think there's few in this space who get the market like him. So I want to peek at that. Great insights. He doesn't think this is a long-standing thing, and in fact, would be buying now if he wasn't already buying the previous dip, so. Okay. Link is in the chat. If you don't see it there, Hudah_idiot, you'll see it tweeted from me, my most recent tweet. I'm going to kick that out from the SlamX account now, too. And we're good. Guys, enter that. You got a few hours. I mean, yeah, winner's drawn tomorrow, so just get that in time. And you know what? Let's peek at the collection. It's worth that few minutes. It's such a gorgeous collection. By the way, there's the tweet. Look for that pre-mint link. Just go there, enter the raffle. You got to connect your Twitter. You got to connect your what's it called? Your Discord account. Gravity, you're such a shill. I'm starting to wonder if you're a Gravity bot. Helen. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, man. You don't ever call stuff like... It's not often you call a token and you've been calling Helen. Bro, you're going to call Helen in a market like this? You're nuts. And we're going to peek at it, in fact. We looked at it this weekend. We looked at Smoking Chicken Fish. We looked at Nero. We'll look at... Is it really? Holy cow. Okay, hang on. Pause. Hang on, we're looking at Helen because Gravity called this over the weekend, and Gravity's a different dude. So we are gonna look. I'm curious volume. It was at like a $400,000 to $600,000 market cap, something in that ballpark, right? So let's see how we're looking now. No spoilers, Gravity. No spoilers, sir. Okay, Helen. Bro, is this a Helen Keller token? Gravity is... Am I on the right Helen? Yeah, right? It's not this. I think that's the one. Oh, my God. Man, it feels like this is where it was at yesterday. I mean, it's great that it's not down today considering how the rest of the market is. Yeah, I think we looked... I think we looked around here yesterday. To me, it's flat from yesterday. I think the market cap is damn near the same, if not a little down. But anything that's even holding flat right now is super impressive. And man, that's a really important point, actually, guys. When you're looking through those meme coins, let's do it. Let's just do it. We're going to just bounce around everywhere today. When you're looking through those meme coins, you're going to see a lot of blood out there. You need to be paying attention to who is flat. Who's down, way less than the others. Look at these. Pepe's down to like a $200 million market cap, by the way. I mean, excuse me, billion. $2 billion market cap. Well, I guess it's 2.8. It's almost $3 billion, but man, whiff down to 1.3. Pay attention to 24 hours right here, though. Helen is basically flat. All these other meme coins are down 10%, 15%, 20%, 30%. Look at Nero up 30%. You know how I feel about Nero, right? I'm double check. I almost can't believe that's right, but it is. Nero's up 30%. Wow. Dare we look at smoking chicken fish? We have to. Wow, down almost, up almost 50% in the past hour, down 22% in the past 24. Dude, major opportunities over in shitcoins right now. Major. Oh man. Today might be the day. Look at the past hour in these coins, man. If you are active right now, if you're active right now, guys, right now is a really good time to be in this stuff. Hey, and remember, you can go to dumpy.fun. You can short these meme coins over on Solana. It's a really, really good time to be active. Man, volatility is when you can... Volatility, man, you can really win in a market like this. Big time. Oh, wow. Good stuff, Gravity. You got a prediction for it, by the way? How high you think it goes? Oh, very cool. Wow. Oh, very nice. Yep. GG's, man. Yeah, that's excellent. Jeez. How many did you mint? When will it end? I'll tell you what. A few weeks. I don't think this is going to be long at all. I really don't. The big factor, the X factor is Iran, Israel. That's the big X factor. And it's a huge X factor. But dude, my game plan, my thesis is Uptober. Everything changes in October. Everything changes in September, really, when rate cuts are supposed to come. What might change that sooner is emergency rate cuts, and that may happen. If they don't happen, look for look for the market to be awful for a few weeks here. And then we're into September, and rate cuts are coming. This is not going to last long, guys. This is a golden opportunity for everybody here. It really is. Oh, let me say, not financial advice. I always say that. I'm not a market expert. I'm experienced in this market. I don't do TA. I don't want that burden. I don't want that burden. But I've seen enough cycles. I have seen enough traders. I've traded enough to feel how this works. This is only going to be a few weeks here. Obviously things can change, right? But I don't think this is going to be long at all. All right, I'm looking for that Raoul Pal tweet here. A few weeks. And then we resume. We get the rate cuts. We hopefully get some crypto-friendly policies from Kamala. Remember, that's a big X factor coming up here, too. Kamala's not announced her position on crypto. She is meeting with industry insiders today. If Kamala comes out as pro-crypto, guys, game on again. Right? Part of this dip, amongst other things, is Trump falling in polls, and Trump is being looked at as very pro-crypto, crypto-friendly, good for crypto. And Kamala's the opposite. As she's taking a lead in the polls, crypto is slipping again, amongst other things. I think that is a very small factor now, but it is a factor. It is a factor. If she comes out pro-crypto, game on again. And I think she will. Oh, wow, Gravity. All right, so you're talking about like a 20x, 20 plus X in that coin. Incredible. Interesting. I will probably get some. Honestly, I'll probably get some. I don't have any soul. I wish I had, I hate fucking swapping coins, man. Attaboy. Okay, general thoughts on the market. Agree, disagree with the sentiment, with the take. As in, don't worry right now. Don't worry for these few weeks at all, man. Don't worry at all about this. And also, market comes roaring back in September and especially October. Basically, the last quarter of this year is going to melt faces. Hit me, guys. I want to know your thoughts. Who agrees? Who doesn't agree? Melt faces is coming. I believe it. And this will be one of those scenarios, money where my mouth is, I'm going to be buying stuff. Absolutely, 1,000% will be buying stuff. Is this the opportunity to get into a Mady? I hope so. I don't think so, but I hope so. These need to come down to maybe like 2.5 or 3 for me to be able to buy. It's not that I don't want to. I'm not liquid enough. And what I am liquid, I'm aiming to get a puppet or a node monk. It's wild, guys. I'm still talking to guys in these collections who don't believe these are coming back to their previous highs. And I'm just, maybe I'm different. I don't know. And these are experienced guys. They're smart. I value their opinions and their vision for the space. But you know my thoughts. We did not find our highs. You can't tell me we found the highs here. You can't tell me we found the highs when Bitcoin only touched all-time high and never really stayed above. We didn't. And so the thought was that when we do run again, everyone holding's looking to exit. We hear that every time. We do. And most certainly they will, but man, you can't forget human nature of holding on and being like, oh, man, if I wait another day, oh my God, if I wait another day, I'll make 5,000 more. Like, I know it. I'm so sure about it. Every single holder is going to be playing that mental game. They're not going to get out. They're not going to get out when they should get out. They're just not. Hang on, guys. All right, cool. Kids, it was not your first day of school, band camp. Yeah, so kids just came home from preschool school. Oh my God, I'm sorry, not preschool. They band camp. School starts next week. Believe it or not, summer's over. They're not in preschool. So sorry. Anyway, you're going to hear a little background noise. Everyone's excited. A lot of anyway. Real life stuff. Actually a lot more fun than the market today. Although, don't get me wrong, I love the chaos. But yeah, back to this, man. Puppets, yes. Node monks, yes. These things have not found their ceiling, and they're going to. It's not even a maybe, man. It's a sure thing. I'm so sure of it. So anyway, me personally, I'm very tempted to go to grab a puppet at 0.06. Very tempted. Granted, I still think this market could go lower over the next week or 2 or 3. I do. But I'm not going to be upset about grabbing at 0.06. Picture this, guys. 0.48-ish was where they got to. I'm not going to stay on this too long, by the way, but 0.47, 0.48. Man, if they get to 0.25, you're looking at basically a 7x? Am I mathing right? Like, am I mathing right from here? It's a pretty significant return here for 0.06 over on Bitcoin. I'm telling you, man. Yes, dude. Then I'm the exact same. That's what I'm kind of dragging my feet for, is hoping node monks get to like 0.07, 0.08. They minted at 0.03. Keep that in mind, guys. People are still up 3x. You got guys who own multiple of these who still could dump here and be in profit. So I'm absolutely watching for node monks. If they hit 0.07, 0.08, it's about what I have to work with, by the way. I think I'm at like 0.09, and I don't want to empty that clip. But if these fall to like 0.07, yeah, I'm grabbing a node monk. Again, same story. These got to 0.9. Can you imagine? Can you imagine turning 0.07 into like almost a full Bitcoin? And then these will hit a Bitcoin. They will hit 1. They will hit 2. I still think they'll hit 2 to 3, maybe 5 in a crazy scenario. Imagine that story you get to tell people. If you're smart and you're calculated and you don't get attached to it. It'd be a hell of a war story. And I think that's an easy play. Honestly, I think this is on easy mode right now. I just know people aren't in that headspace. With how the market is now, I know people aren't in that headspace. But to me, easy mode. It is. All right, dare I pull up a chart? Should I do it? Should I do it? Yeah. Yes, sir. We're going to do it. By the way, 3 days left to claim your Crypto Slam NFTs. 3 days. Man, we got a lot to get to still. This might go long today, maybe. I got some writing to do today, too. I think today's our last little announce show. It's either this week or next week. I want to do a good market report, considering the market's wild. Also, this is great. We love Arkham. You guys sold all your coins, but BlackRock, MicroStrategy, Grayscale, Fidelity didn't sell shit. They didn't sell shit, guys. Do not let them shake you out, because I feel like that's more of what's going on. Of course, panic selling, yes. A majority of it panic selling, but why aren't they selling? Why aren't they spooked? You know? You know what I'm saying, guys? What is that? I can't even... Aha. I like it. Okay. Crypto Slam NFTs, claim them. 3 days left. Actually, those are starting to get distributed, by the way, guys. You know what? Have you guys seen them? Jesus, can I type? Have you guys seen them? We'll do this real quick. I'll put more time into these later this week. Oh my God, I'm so stupid. I can't remember if there's a hashtag for this. I'll find some of those images. But guys, if you did get the whitelist, check your wallet. You'll see them. There is rarity, and I hope you got some rare ones there, by the way, because there is some utility. Well, no, awful lie. He also said, Kramer, who's our awesome top or bottom signal, he pointed out how remarkably well gold is held up compared to Bitcoin. Check it. All right, hang on. Let's find that. This guy is awesome. Okay. Oh, man, he tweets a lot, huh? I didn't realize. There we go. Gold held up a lot better than crypto. Has it? There's an old saying, don't catch a falling knife, let another round of panic hit, and then dip toe back in. Yes. I will also say to that, Gravity, I'll say to that, my big fear is that at some point, and man, this is almost like the definition of FOMO. Okay, so I get that. At some point, I think this explodes. Like volatility is the key word here. That is what defines 2024 to me. Volatility. And at some point, it's the banana zone. Raoul Pal calls it the banana zone. To me, it's just major volatility. This happens. I don't mind not catching the very, very bottom. I don't mind not catching that. I'd rather not miss the banana zone. Right? So like here's an example. So you're basically saying, right, don't buy here. You know, of course, this is historical stuff, but here's that first crash. And instead of buying here, get down here. It makes a ton of sense. I'd rather, like, just to be safe, because I'm not good at timing stuff. I'm good at feeling. I think we're all good. I mean, you can't not feel what's going on here. But I'll ride that up from here to here. In fact, I think the next leg up is going to be, it's the one to melt faces. Like, guys, don't be shocked if you see Bitcoin. Okay, brace yourselves. Think about this. We don't talk about this in this context often. Bitcoin goes to 200K. Guys, it's a 400% increase. That's a 400%, guys. Bitcoin can 4x from here, right? It's absolutely crazy to think that. And it's absolutely crazy to think that probably won't happen. You know what I mean? Yes. Yeah, Lemon, get out. Dude, you guys can play against me. Trade against me. I pull up the chart. Get the fuck out. Okay, let's see. Leverage position. Dude, yes. Hang on. That's I love Marty Party. Marty showed some really, really, I mean, here you go. It's probably hard to see. It's probably hard to see here. All longs flushed, only shorts to be liquidated now. I mean, okay. Lemon, you're good at TA. I'm going to ask you some questions here. Probably noob questions. When they say longs flushed out, is that when you see the price falling between levels, right? If we drop from a previous maybe resistance down to a previous support, is that when you're saying that the longs from that previous support level have been flushed out? Like, do I understand that correctly? Also, if this is a chart that I did for real and wasn't just fucking around, it's respected decently some of these lines on our indicators. I think this is a Fibonacci, I think. I don't remember which one. But, guy, I'm not that technical. I'm not. I would love to get there one day. But I think, to a big degree, it's respected some of those lines, like really has. We can zoom out and find some real levels here, too, by the way. And actually, let me refresh here. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Yep. Okay. All right. Makes a ton of sense. Just making sure I'm thinking about it the right way. So I'll be really honest. I'm guilty of this way more in the past. You know, when I was newer to this stuff. This is years ago. My favorite thing about NFTs, by the way, is taught me. It's really matured me in this space. It's taught me to like learn and understand. I used to just nod my head, right? People would use these terms in this space, and I assumed everybody else knew. And because I didn't, I was a little too embarrassed to ask questions, and that simple, right? So a tweet like that saying, what was it? Longs flushed out, whatever the fuck it was. I'm like, yeah, man, those longs flushed, they're gone, bro, flushed out. But I didn't really know. I didn't really understand it. And it's different now. I ask questions a lot. I don't mind not knowing. I'd rather ask and know for the next time. But I've learned so much ever since NFTs. NFTs got me curious. Also, I think this is super interesting. The world of TradFi. There's a lot of us here that trade crypto, invest in crypto. We don't invest in TradFi, and that's going to change too. There's this cool thing happening across both sides. We're learning, again, I'll speak me, learning about traditional finance. Those guys coming over here learning about blockchain. Love that. Okay. It's easier to hold NFT on depressing markets. It's as a store of value. Marco, is that what you're saying? I'll tell you this. I like NFTs in general. I really wish they'd catch again because to me, NFTs are trading on easy mode, right? It's just pure sentiment based for the most part. Pure sentiment based. They're worth so much more in theory. You know, each individual. To me, NFTs are trading crypto on easy mode. I love them. Yeah. Yep, I'm with you, Marco. I like them, especially if you're not trading actively like a day trader. If you're just kind of tucking your money away and you're storing it in there for the long haul. NFTs are, I think, a really great store of value. Granted, I'll pull this up. Maybe I can invalidate that right away. Granted, the value of the market is an all-time low. So with that said, it matters what collections, right? This measures the value of the market. I mean, year to date, let's say you tucked your money away in NFTs beginning of the year, you're down 48% for the most part, right? And I'm curious if you have any NFTs you bought like January, early January. Are you down around that much? Honestly, this is a good exercise if you buy NFTs. In a way, it doesn't matter what collection, or maybe if you just think of your wallet as of a certain date, you know, like you bought some NFTs on that date. Are you down around this much? I find it to be very, very accurate. It's a great representation of the market. So while I agree NFTs are a really good store of value, it is complicated. By the way, this is measuring in USD value, so that's really important to note too. I think it's a great measure. But man, I do love NFTs, and I love them as a store of value. I love them. I love trading them. I love them as collectibles. I love them. Yeah. Yes, and Lemon, that could be what's happening next here, right? That's kind of what we're setting up for. Longs were just flushed out. I'm sure a whole bunch of people just shorted the fuck out of this market. Wipe them out next, and then it's game on. It's a whole bunch of new longs and shorts being set up. Honestly, that is ultimate volatility. And again, that's our word of this market. That's our word of the year. Look, I keep bringing attention back to the newsletter I wrote earlier this year. And I'm doing it because, again, I know it's common sense, and I know you guys see this too. But I'm really tired of these crypto influencers who are acting shocked by what's happening today when it was really fucking obvious how wild this year would get. And again, key to me was Trump talking about crypto, saying he's very pro-crypto, right? To me, it was To me, it was going to be volatile for a different reason. Before that happened, to me, it was the SEC war on crypto. And I thought the SEC continuing to go after projects, NFT projects, by the way, exchanges, I thought volatility comes from that. But man, as soon as we had that combined with Trump being pro-crypto and that being one of his, main policies he's running on at this point, the most volatile period for crypto ever. Ever. And again, I'm saying it because nobody else is stating the obvious. Everyone else is acting shocked. And I'm not talking you guys, I'm talking the Twitter influencers. Everybody else is acting shocked at what the fuck is going on. And to me, it's the most obvious thing that everyone should have seen coming. And it's this. Right? Most volatile period ever. Wild price swings, new all-time highs. We hit an all-time high. We've seen massive price dumps. I don't think we've seen the end of the SEC going after crypto. In fact, they've been all over the place. Why aren't they saying this stuff and saying, guys, we knew this was coming, right? Don't be spooked now. Instead, you got people like Zeneca, who I really like, saying, maybe it's over, guys. Maybe it's actually done, guys. Why? The bull market might be over. You wouldn't say that if you knew this was coming. Unless he's shit posting. This is a bullshit tweet. I'm sorry. I think it's bullshit. I'll tell you this. Let me think before I actually say it. Maybe I'll say it and just not commit to it. But I can't picture a scenario where Bitcoin is under 20K again, other than an instant crash kind of scenario. Bitcoin will never live under 20K. I don't think Bitcoin ever lives under 20K again. And I'm sorry, but I think that's a crazy tweet. Okay, so lemon meaning people have deployed their stables into ETH, into Bitcoin, into Solana. And Lemon, why are there time frames for this? Is that just because people like the way people look at charts, 24-hour periods? So it's got to be 55 today? Gotcha. Okay, so people very active, people trading. That's cool. If you're a trader, man, if you're a day trader, I think this is what you live for, is days like this. This is where you can make your money. Obviously, on those big green days, of course, those are the best. But days like this too, man, if you are smart, if you are savvy, man, geez. Attaboy, Jazz. Oh, it's so good, man. Oh, this is fucking funny. Hang on, let's let that play again. Yep.
Damn it.
Accurate. So not a big deal, guys. All right, let's go look at over at NFTs, right? There's some deals. There's some discounts out there. Guys, okay, let me say before we do that, can I remind you one more time? Let's see if people have been listening. Who's been paying attention? What happens in October, November? Let me know. Guys, chat. I hate this and I love it at the same time. Chat, what happens in October, November? Not the election, by the way. What else happens in crypto in October and November? I'm going to pull it up while I'm waiting for you guys. All right. Who's got it? I'm looking. I want to put some hard data in front of your faces here. All right. Let's see. Who got it? Yes. Oh, okay. I see it. I see it. Yes. Yeah, Aeons will do just fine from there. Although Aeons keep falling to like 0.0018. They're a no-brainer for when the market runs again. Abso-fucking-lutely. Absolutely. 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x there. And you know what? Yeah, that's nice because you can sweep around that price. Get a bunch of them. Yep. Again, I'm still thinking puppets, maybe honey bat. I really, it's puppets, node monks I really want. Because again, I'm still, yeah, I'll leave it there. I know I've said it to death, but Uptober is not hopium. I thought it was last year. And I was betting against an Uptober, and then it happened. And yes, again, I know it's not going to repeat, but interest rate cuts, election, depending who wins, depending whose policies win, ultimately, it's that. Yes, that's it. It's that. And it's such a big fucking deal. It's such a big deal. Guys, it's billions. It's $16.3 billion in October. And again, it's not going to crypto. It's not happening like the Mt. Gox repayment. It's not happening like that, guys. It's coming as cash. $16 billion getting out to FTX creditors who, yes, might walk away with all that. Or maybe a couple billion, and we've seen what a couple billion does to this market. Maybe a couple billion goes back to the market. Maybe a lot more than a couple billion goes back to this market. Interest rate cuts, crypto-friendly policies, typical Uptober, ending the year on a strong note, right? That's what people say. Q4 usually cooks because of that. And then $16 billion getting in the hands of creditors. That's a number we haven't seen yet with all these dumps we've seen from the United States government, from the German government, from the Mt. Gox distribution. We've not seen a number like $16 billion. I'm sorry, but in my opinion, barring anything else that we just had not, that's not even in our realm of our scope of vision right now, I don't see how October, November, December doesn't absolutely cook this year and brings us into the last leg of this run. The peak of this run, the mania of this run. Again, we weren't there earlier this year. October, November, December is what starts that peaking next year. And I'm telling you, when it happens, NFTs are going to cook, absolutely cook again. And I believe it's on ETH, I believe it's on Solana, and I especially believe that's over on Bitcoin. I believe it. Last year we were down so significantly that it made sense that we came back up, and we are up tremendously from this time last year. Absolutely right. Lemon, you're right. But we did not have news like we have now. All this positive news we have right now, again, it's everything we've talked about. It's the president, the former president, speaking at Bitcoin Nashville at the Bitcoin conference. Right? Again, it's this crypto-friendly policies now and sentiment here at the government level here in the States and around the world, guys. Don't forget, China's feeling more crypto-friendly. Russia's feeling more crypto-friendly. It's not just like these small isolated things. This is a fundamental shift all around the world now. And we haven't really seen that reflected in the price. To a degree, we have. But the fact that we only touched all-time highs, we only touched it. We didn't stay there. Well, I don't think we see most of this priced in. I believe that. I don't believe we've seen most of this priced in at all. And I think October, November, December is when we see the beginning of that. Yuck. All right. I kind of want to draw some lines. Let's take a peek at some of the ETFs here. I only got 3 of them bookmarked here. Thank you to Lemon. Okay. Which one is this? This is the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. What are we looking at? Let's go. Okay, need to get my bearings here. Let's go 15-minute. Okay. Starting the day down tremendously. I mean, not crazy. Okay, there's that's grayscale. They're all going to look very similar, I think, by the way. Hashdex. I need to get the rest of these. iShares, they all look the same. ETFs are not, I can't tell if you're fucking with me, Lemon. I don't think they're priced in. Man, and key to all this, man, is user adoption. Key to all of this is user adoption. And again, in my opinion, it's coming. It's the crypto-friendly policies that really going to push people here. It's the easy use. It's Vitalik talking earlier today about L2s getting a big buff in the very, very near future, making them easier to use. I would not underestimate Base. Coinbase and the Base blockchain and its ability to onboard users to other chains, to the broader Ethereum ecosystem. If and when what Vitalik was talking about with this new functionality coming to L2s, Base is going to be a massive onboarding chain. It is. Get people on Base. They branch out from there because those L2s are so much easier to use. All right, bro, you got to stop that. I think I'm going to time you out. Oh, how about this? You got to stop or I got to mute you or whatever, but I'm not sure when I do it if it actually kicks you. I don't think you care, but you got to stop. Here, I'll delete it for now. But yeah, don't do that. You have to do a super chat to do that. $15 minimum. So you can do that, and I'll allow it. I'll pin it up here. Let's see. Feel like 2021 shouldn't be a basis. Yes. I think we're going to get stimmies in a different way, though. I think the war is going to be a stimmy in a way. I think all this shuffling around going on in economies around the world is going to be the point is there's going to be a lot of money printing, is what it sounds like. Again, I'm not your financial expert. I gut and feel and based on what I see other people saying, I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of money printed and injected into the markets. So, dude, absolutely right. But let's look back at Bitcoin. Let's get off the 15-minute. Let's do the hour. Actually, no, hang on. Okay, let's forget 21. And we're going to have to zoom in quite a bit more. But don't forget before that happened, we've gone in the past without that kind of liquidity injection from $1,600 Bitcoin up to $19,000 Bitcoin. We've done it before. Awful eye. Without stimmies. We've done it before. And look, when this happened, right? When this happened, correct me if I'm wrong here, guys. I don't remember when stimmies hit, but this initial run in 2020 was before stimmies, wasn't it? Now, stimmies kept it going. Remind me when those stimmies hit. No, Offline, it doesn't mean it's coming to the people, but it doesn't have to. It reaches institutions, right? There's a different chart out there that measures global liquidity. And that is the chart that reigns supreme. Global liquidity is the only chart that actually matters. Honestly, it is. I've seen these comparisons. It's the only chart that actually matters. When that's down, everything is down. If money is pumped into the broader economy, it impacts this space. 2020. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to get my years. COVID was 2020, wasn't it? Was COVID beginning? It was. Holy cow, you're right. No. This definitely was. You're right. This was stimmies. Yep. Sorry, I wasn't exactly sure the time frame. You're right. But again, we can look back to 17, 18. We can look 2019 even. 4,700 up to 13,000. And again, that's a 3x, right? A 3x from here puts us at like 150, 160, 170K Bitcoin. That's really the prediction, right? It's there. I have no doubt that's coming. None. I have no doubt. No doubt. So yes, a repeat of 2020, 2021, that's pretty difficult to see. I mean, come on, that was 8,000 up to 64,000. That was astronomical. But a 3x? Man, an easy 2x, a probably relatively easy 3x, and a 4 or 5x is absolutely possible. Absolutely possible. It's going to get very exciting here, guys, but I would not dismiss that's likely to happen. It's very likely to happen. So with that said, are you buying crypto? Are you buying meme coins? Are you buying NFTs? I think your multiples are going to be higher here. I think Puppets, you're going to get a 10x. I think Puppets, you're going to get a 20x. I think you're going to see that. I think Node Monks, you're also going to get a 20x. I think Quantum Cats, you're probably getting a 10x. You know my price predictions for these guys, right? Great opportunities over here. Really, really phenomenal opportunities. And again, I'll say it for anybody who's new watching right now. We found the top of ETH NFTs in 2022. We found it, right? Bored Apes at 150 ETH or whatever they got to. We found the top. We never found the bottom. It's why they're still bleeding out. We never found the top of ordinals. And your takeaway there is, because we didn't find the top, people can speculate, and that is what drives these to those astronomical highs, those highs that don't make any sense. We're going to find them again here. And it's not at 0.9 Bitcoin with Node Monks. It's much higher than that. People can speculate over here, and they will. It's greed. Greed is going to take over there. It's absolutely going to happen. It's going to happen, man. Yep. Again, I don't know how high these go. I believe Luca Net's here. I'm on Luca Net's. I'm in his camp when he says we're going to see NFTs, ETH NFTs back to 100 ETH. I think he said we're going to see him at 200 ETH again. I believe him. I think he's right. I actually agree with him. I don't know if that's this cycle, though. I don't know if it's this cycle, but down the road, yeah. Right? The NFT super cycle is coming at some point, and I'm not convinced it's this cycle. I think we're another cycle away from the NFT super cycle. We may have it this year, but the super cycle, the major fucking super cycle for NFTs, again, don't know if it's here. I do know we're going to have it again. I'm still a believer CryptoPunks to $1 million, right? $1 million each. That's a while off. We're a pretty long way from that, but I believe that's going to happen. Pudgy Penguins, picture this. You've seen Wreck Guys, and you saw, what was it? God, what's the name of the collection? I can picture it in my head. I'm talking about NFT projects that give you stocks, give you ownership of a brand from holding the NFT. What's the other one? The Plague. Them and Wrecked Guys give you ownership of a brand. I have a funny little suspicion, if it's legal, I don't know how those others are doing it, but Pudgy Penguins, what if they build this Giga Web3 native brand and they give Pudgy Penguins ownership of it? That's something. That's one of my what ifs scenarios. That's one of my predictions. As I try to figure out what the fuck Luca Netz is actually building, and I'm getting it more and more and more, right? I think that is something it's a pure guess. But I think that's something Luca would do if it's possible. Pudgy Penguin owners own the brand. That puts Pudgy Penguins at 200 ETH. Okay, and we can figure that out. I've done this before. I don't think I'll do it now, but figure out the value of a company divided by 8,888, which I think is the supply of Pudgies. Is that right? I think that's right. Yeah, 8,888. Value of a company divided by this. Again, estimate kind of. Pure speculation, yeah. And we're looking at 100 to 200 ETH Pudgy Penguins. There's a scenario where that happens. Yeah, but awful lot, yes. I would assume that happens, right? But there is a scenario where that's legal somehow, some way, yeah. The fact that Wreck Guy did it, and man, They got a smart team. The fact that that's actually already happening tells me I think it's possible. So absolutely, at that point, I think it's got to be a security, but so be it. What if, though? What do you think happens to Pudgy Penguin price if it does give you ownership in the brand? So be on the lookout for that. Yep, look at Bitcoin. Now at 54,000. Nice, a decent recovery here in the past hour. Moving in the right direction. It's great to see. It's great to see. That's right, puppets. Telling you, I'm eyeballing them here at this price. I'm eyeballing them, hopefully a little lower, but I'm eyeballing them as I am Node Monks. As I am ONB. I don't think they'll fall to the price I need them to get in, but I'm watching those guys. I'm not going to be out of those when they make their move. I'm not. I refuse. So, yeah. Guys, hold strong. This is a few weeks of this. Maybe less if we get those rate cuts, and there's a couple other X factors. I don't know if rate cuts on their own is going to be enough to improve things drastically right now, but it is setting the stage for more rate cuts in September. Again, the policies that will help crypto, hopefully. I think we have a very, very exciting end of this year coming, and it's just starting now. This is a major shaking out period, but to me, that's what this is. It's a shaking out period, so hold strong. I did not throw the Raoul Pal tweet up there to really dive into with you guys. Maybe we'll save it for the afternoon show, which, by the way, I hope Henry's back today. I'm not sure that he is, but either way, Joe and I are doing the show today. So make sure you tune into that, guys. That's 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time right here. It's on SlamX Official. Here on YouTube, it's SlamXIO over on X. And then, guys, make sure you check out the tweet. I did retweet it from SlamX, so you can check it there. You can check my tweet, my most recent tweet here on Hudah_idiot. Get yourself into the raffle for Delta Sauce's issues. Phenomenal fucking collection. I would love to get Delta Sauce back here, too. Prior to art drop, he's going to have a busy week, man. He's got his art drop. He's going to be out in L.A. Man, 8nap with Jared, with Delta Sauce. They've got an event being put on with 90cc out in L.A. That's coming later this week. It's incredible. Believe me, a lot of eyes on this collection. I'm absolutely minting this. But again, Delta Sauce also will be at VCon. Enter the raffle for the whitelist. It's a great collection. It's a great piece. I think you'd love it in your collection. So enter the raffle here. You got 24-ish hours. Let's double check. Let me see if there's a time frame here. Raffle is... Yeah, you got a little over 24 hours, okay? So make sure you get in time, and I wish you luck. All right, let's see. What's the point of holding? It's a good question. So something like Rec Guy, after the snapshot date, you can't transfer the NFT, or I should say, if you buy the NFT on secondary, you don't get the stocks. So it's a great question, and I don't think anybody's solved this. Similar to think back when Yuga Labs, when Bored Apes got ApeCoin, right? You didn't need it after that, other than your coin was potentially still attached to your ape. I don't know. There's much less incentive there. You're absolutely right about that. I believe Luca Netz and his team around him, man, very, very smart people who crack a lot of codes here in this space, right? They're really figuring out some really cool, innovative shit here. Maybe this is something else they figure out, right? How do you drive value to that thing after you get your, whatever it is, after you get your reward, after you get your, your main value, after that's extracted from it? Yeah, we'll see. With that said, anytime I give price predictions, again, Pudgy's to 100 or 200, and also Node Monks to, 1 or 2 or 3 Bitcoin and all that. All those predictions are peak euphoric part of the market. That is not a forever price. But it's just a belief that we're going to hit those price points. And I believe it. So again, a lot to be excited about. Okay. Make sure you check out the afternoon show again, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time here on SlamX. Little Noun show tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, I think it's the last show. I just got to double check. But come out. Come hang out at that show. Come up on stage and chat with us. That is a space over on X. You can find that at the Little Noun show over on X. Guys, enjoy the rest of your morning. Have a great afternoon. We'll see you in a few hours over on the afternoon show. Guys, be smart, be safe out there. We'll see you later.